Another Friday night, another date. This is Leticia. Tonight I had a first meeting with Craig and we decided to do something fun as opposed to just the boring coffee date or dinner date. So we went to Austin and we rode the scooters, you know, the little Lime. So fun. As you can see, I'm sweaty and hot. I just got home a little bit ago, but we had the best time. It was so fun. It was the best first date. And I think I told you guys the last time that I had a date on a Friday, we played golf. I think that was Matthew and I. That was fun, but the scooters were so much fun. The power that you feel when you're riding and the wind through your hair. That's why my hair looks like a rat's nest. How many of you are dating? I've had several dates this week. Some of them not great. One of the gentlemen at our first date said, "Wow, your hands are so big." And I thought, that is so rude. Should I leave? But it was on a Sunday and I wanted breakfast. And so I said, yeah, you know what? That's okay. I just listened to him and ate my little feta wrap from Starbucks and drank my matcha, which is my favorite. And I listened to his stories. Single man, been divorced 20 years, he said. He's about my age. Been married once. It was good, entertaining. We got a really nice filling breakfast. The next date was with Gary. And the first thing that Gary said is, I like long hair. My hair is growing out, so I usually wear it in a French twist if we're going out to dinner. Or it is going to be in a bun like this if we're going to be out in the sun and I'm going to be sweaty. I don't want hair sticking to the base of my neck. And so I probably wore it in a French twist and I said, my hair's pretty long. And he says, no, I like long hair. And I said, okay. This guy is from the Ukraine, very handsome, no kids, been married once, been divorced 4 years, has 1 cat. And I met him. He's the boss of one of my daughter's best friends. So I met him about 2 years ago. And I thought, wow, this Gary, he's very handsome. And so never thought that he would ask me out. Never in a million years. Never in a million years that I think that he would ask me out. Well, the young lady told my daughter, hey, is your mom seeing anyone? My daughter said, no, she's not. So here's Gary's phone number, and he wants her number. Anyway, we exchanged phone numbers. He called me first. I didn't have to chase anyone. And I said, yeah, sure, let's go. And it was pizza, just plain old pizza. But when he said that, I thought, yeah, it's been a while since I'd seen you, but my hair's not that long. So again, I was gracious and kept my composure. And I said, okay, I get it. It's valid. Kept eating the pizza, sat through dinner, made it through dinner, about an hour, 15 minutes, including wait time for our meal. And we parted ways. That was on Monday, and I have not heard from him, which indicates to me that he really wants somebody with long hair, which is fine. It's okay. How many of you are dating, actually going out and dating? I've had dates, some good, some bad, always a lesson in there. I'm gracious, I listen, but I can tell within the first 5 minutes whether I want to see him or not. And he sizes me up. They always size me up. My hand's too big. Is my butt too wide? Is my hair not long enough? Don't wear enough makeup. My nails aren't manicured. Whatever. It's okay. It's all good. There's always a lesson. And I learned what to look for. And I absolutely know what I want. But in the meantime, while my Prince Charming is on his way to find me, I am enjoying myself. I had some fun on the scooter. I had some fun playing mini golf, which I haven't done in years. That was a blast. I've had some nice meals. I've had some really good matcha. Nice breakfast. Adult conversation, sometimes not great, sometimes really interesting, but not people that I want to see again. Tonight, Craig, he's fun. He's got 4 kids. The youngest is, I think he said the youngest is 22. He's got 2 sons and 2 daughters. 4 kids. That I didn't know that he had 4 kids, but he's a nice guy. It'd be fun to see him again. Should I call him? Should I text him? What do you guys think? Or should I wait? Should I play the waiting game? Should I play coy and wait to see if he texts me by, today's Friday? Should I wait till Sunday and Sunday make a decision whether I will take the next step, whether I will sort of pursue him? I'm not sure, because I've never been one to pursue. Are you guys? Do you pursue someone that you really like? If you have a date with someone and you think you sort of clicked and he hasn't called you or texted you in 2 days, for example, you have a date on Friday, Saturday you hear crickets, Sunday 7 p.m. you still haven't heard from him or from her, what do? Do you text? Do you wait? Do you keep waiting? If so, how long do you wait before you decide to take the plunge and text, reach out, or move on? How long? For me, I'm really not the type of person to pursue that way unless I really like the guy. I'm not sure. I hope Craig would text me or call. I'd like to see him again, even if it's for a movie night. He does live out of town, not too far, about 80 miles from Pflugerville. So, I mean, he drove home tonight. It's not terribly far. I really like him. We'll see. We'll see. On my next episode, I will fill you in on whether Craig called or not. The other people with whom I had a date in the last week, no one's texted, no one's called. What I learned this week is that the men that asked me out, for the most part, they are looking for someone to have fun with, to spend time with. Of the dates I've had recently, only Craig has said that his goal in the next couple of years is to find a life partner. He's the only one that's told me that shared that in my last few dates. Not even Matthew, with whom I played mini golf last week. He didn't say that. He's got 2 small kids. Matthew is, I believe, either 60 or 62, and he's got 2 young kids, 12 and 10. So that's, I'm not sure. I'm 56. If we get serious, I don't know. I'm not sure about being involved with someone who has kids that young. I've raised children already. My youngest is 21. He'll be turning 22 this year. My oldest will be turning 30 this year. Do I want to ever, with anyone, be a stepmom? I would consider it for older, grown kids, 18 and older, but for kids that young, 10, 12, I'm leaning towards no. So I'm relieved that Matthew hasn't reached out to me, only because he's the one that has the 2 younger children. We had a great time playing mini golf, but I'm pretty sure that I would not be so 100% in if I were to get involved with someone who has kids that young. Would you all? Would you, either guys or gals out there in your mid-50s or older, would you consider dating someone and possibly falling in love and making a life with someone who's got children under 15 years old? Would you? For me, I'm leaning towards no. Anyway, one thing that happened with one of my dates this week is that we met during my lunch hour. He lives close to where I work. And so it was just convenient, only because after work I have to dash home for my 3 dogs and see how they're doing, because they've been alone by that time for 11 hours. And so I said, you know what, for me it's more convenient. If you want to meet, we have to meet during lunch. I've got about an hour and 10 minutes. He said, sure. So we met for coffee, and it was, we had a nice chat. But while he and I were having a conversation, this was our first meeting, granted, first date. And as we were having coffee, we were sitting across from each other. And honestly, the young lady that worked there, she was so attractive. I mean, she was tall and she had the dark hair, nice lean body, beautiful girl. And this gentleman could not keep his eyes off her, which is valid. I mean, the eyes are natural. We look around, something catches our attention and we zone in on it. Well, every time she passed by our table, he smiled at her, and he kept looking immediately. Girls do it too. When an attractive woman walks by, like for example, I'm at the gym, I'm working out, and I see this hot girl, I'm thinking like, I want a body like hers. Like, I scope her out. And girls look at women's butts to see, wow, she's got a bubble butt, or her butt's like mine, or whatever. But my date was observing this beautiful young lady while he sat across from me, and his eyes were gazing up and down, and they zoned in on her booty. I could just tell, a woman can tell where the eyes just seem to gravitate to. And I thought, that is so rude. He could have at least tried to play it off, but no. Every time she walked by, I don't blame him. She's very attractive. Young girl, maybe 28, 27. Attractive, beautiful hair. Her skin was lovely. I can understand why he did it. Why any man wouldn't glance at her and, be captivated by her beauty. However, on the first date, what do you guys think about that? Was that rude? Or should I just think, you know what? I mean, it's done. I didn't call him out. I just sort of thought, okay, this guy, he's paying very little attention to me and more attention to that gorgeous young lass. And so that kind of also gave me like an ick feeling, like, ew, that's not cool. That's not cool. You're sitting here. We'll be sitting across from each other maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I'll be driving away to work. You could talk to this young lady all you want to, but when I'm present, like, just be respectful. What do you guys think? Guys, gals, guys, if you were on a first date, would you do that too? Ladies, have you been on a first date and have been captivated by a beautiful, huge, tall, dark, and handsome man where your eyes completely turn to absorb him and all of his beauty? Have you done that? I personally would never do that. In my opinion, if I were to disconnect from the person I'm with, whether I'm having a first date or we're dating, I feel that it's disrespectful. It would be disrespectful for me to focus my attention on another handsome man while I'm sitting across from my date. I've got plenty of time when I'm alone if I want to talk to somebody else, but while you're with someone, it is my humble opinion that they deserve your respect, your attention. They deserve active listening from you. They deserve a good flowing communication and conversation going on back and forth, because I would want the same respect. And so I give what I believe that people deserve and that what I would want. Same thing I would want, respect. So what do you guys think? I threw a lot of questions out at you guys, but the one question that I've asked several times, are you all dating? Are you having fun? These people with whom I've had dates, I met at my 55 and older photography club. I also joined a walking club in Austin, Texas, that's close to where I live. And that community of 55 and older is growing. There are hundreds of people in that walking club. We're just walking for leisure. While we're walking the trails in Austin around Lady Bird Lake, we are not allowed to wear AirPods in order to foster communication and camaraderie. So that's how I've met these men who have asked me out. And it's just innocent dates, first dates. It's been fun. And I will continue to say yes to the dates. I hope that you all are dating. How will you find your mate if you don't date? He or she will not fall from the sky in your lap. That's not going to happen. If you want to find somebody, if you want to fall in love, then you need to leave the house. You need to be brave and fearless and say yes to the dates. Say yes to the dates. I want to hear from you guys. Send me some comments, send me some feedback, send me some questions. You can reach out to me through the comments or via email, verquepasaenlife@gmail.com. I appreciate your joining me on this journey. It's been so fun. When I loosened up my checklist type dates, okay, what do you do for a living? How long have you been divorced? What happened with your divorce? How many kids do you have? When I let that go and out of my system, I seemed to attract more dates because we're all unique. And those guys that I might see at first glance, who immediately in my old mindset would think, oh, I would never go out with him. You know what? I'm being more open and I am saying yes to the dates. Innocent, fun dates, easy, carefree, no strings, just enjoying life with an adult and participating in a fun activity, whether you could do so many things. Guys, go out, enjoy your life. We have only one life, and you all deserve love. You deserve to be loved. We all do. You deserve it. Go out and look for it. It will not come to you. I promise. It's been so fun going on these dates. If you haven't already, I appreciate a like my videos. That makes me feel good. That's the only reason. And please subscribe to my channel. I enjoy sharing my life with you all. And you all know I am 100% transparent. I share what is my truth. I never pretend to be someone that I am not. What you see is what you get. This is me. And I'd love for you to come on this journey with me. I appreciate my followers, those of you that have joined me on this fun last chapter of my life. I appreciate you. Sending you lots of love. Have a great evening. Say yes to the dates. Ciao.